All right, we're 3 categories down. 3 to go.
Technically.
Best art style is the next one. Let's start with Resident Evil Village. I'll just go through them. I'm gonna cut a few honestly as we get there. Resident Evil Village, It Takes Two, Lost in Random, Persona 5 Strikers. I'm gonna cut Persona 5 Strikers for the sole reason of I think I've only played Persona 5 in the Persona series. I think that might have the best soundtrack in any video game ever, and it looks really fucking good. Persona 5 Strikers is that again.
Yeah.
For that reason, I feel like it doesn't earn it.
I see it. I get that.
Hoa, I'm not ready to cut that. The Big Con, Sable, Neo, The World Ends With You. I'm going to cut that.
Okay.
Visually, I like this game a lot better than the original World Ends With You, except maybe visually.
Yeah.
I feel like the characters don't look as cool. Like, it loses a little bit of the style.
Okay.
No More Heroes 3, also going to cut it.
Okay.
It has cool visuals, but honestly, it doesn't look that much different than the old ones. Eastward, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I put Lost Judgment on here because I feel like... All right, Lost Judgment doesn't visually do anything different than the other Yakuza games. But I also feel like not a lot of people talk about how good some of those games look.
Okay.
Like, especially in cutscenes.
You gotta make a choice.
Oh, I'm cutting it.
Okay.
That was one of those where I am putting this on here because I feel like it just needs to...
Look, if people need their Yakuza praise or whatever, they could just come to the podcast in general.
I know, but I can't...
I know.
I had to say something.
I know.
I'm kind of cutting a lot here. I threw down a lot.
I mean...
Life is Strange True Colors has really cool moments. They're like... So, like, I don't know if This was my first Life is Strange, so I don't know if the other ones have this. There are multiple moments. One is like on like a bridge where you're looking out in nature, where you kind of like you lean against a bridge. You like hit X,
Yeah.
and you lean there, and then like a song plays, and the camera will pan around to, like different nature, or maybe like Alex where she's standing. Like one is the record store, and it'll like camera will kind of cut around with different music.
Yeah, they do like moments like that, just kind of like waiting for when you're ready to get back to the game.
Yes, those moments look like really good.
Yeah.
Good enough? No.
Oh.
No, not good enough.
This is like the best looking Life is Strange game, both with animation and just with style.
So again, like I've only seen little bits and pieces of those other Life is Strange, the older ones.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it definitely looks like a progression.
Yeah.
But some of these games, the art is like the standout.
True.
Inscription, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Cyberpunk 2077, Echo Generation, Forza Horizon 5. Do we need Forza Horizon 5? The cars look good. That's kind of its thing. I don't know.
I mean, that's up to you.
No. Maybe if I was like more of a car head.
It's weird because like, yeah, the car games look good, and they're only gonna keep continuing to look good, and we're only gonna gosh over how good it looks. But that's all it does.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it looks good.
Yeah, but like that's like where all the money goes.
Yeah, and if I feel like some others on this list are more like unique.
Yeah.
Than just like here's another good-looking car game.
Yeah.
Echo Generation, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, and Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars. That has a cool style with what it's doing, but it's not going to hold up. I'm cutting that.
Okay.
It was like very cool to like, everything is cards. But like that's kind of why I put it here.
Yeah.
And then looking at these, I'm like, no. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Is Eastward not on there?
Oh, no, it is. It is. Maybe I skipped it. Eastward is on there.
I was going to say, because I didn't hear it.
I look at this list right now of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games. I could see any of them either winning this or in the top 3.
I mean, I could pick 2.
I'm going to go ahead and guess, knowing you, that Eastward is one of those 2.
And?
Oh God, I have to. Lost in Random.
No.
Oh, Guardians.
No.
Oh, Echo.
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely agree with Eastward. I'll move that up.
Yeah.
Echo, I'm not so sure about. It looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the what voxel, right?
Yeah.
I like that. But
You walk out behind that repair shop, that deep red sunset.
That is true.
You're running past
you
the
know,
gradient of colors. You walk up to the edge of that fucking cliff. You're overlooking that sun setting. God, that's just like the most beautiful shit.
And the bosses are really crazy. Like the designs.
This isn't so much design wise.
I get, yeah.
Art style, but it's more, yeah. But like,
it plays into it.
It plays into it, but.
Oh, all right. I'll move it up. I'm not going to commit to that as a final 3. I might still fight, but I'll move it up. Sable. I'm sorry. I gotta. It's gotta be.
It does look really good.
I will say the big knock against it.
Nighttime.
When it's night or when you're going in somewhere, because like some areas are like completely blocked off from sunlight, like some buildings. When it's dark, it
just looks bad.
It doesn't look good. On the flip side, like I accept that.
On the flippity flop.
on the flippity flop. When you're just like riding your bike through the open world and it's daytime and like a little song is playing, the visuals it's like I've never seen. It's like a painting that's moving.
Yeah.
Like it feels like art that I'm controlling. So like I feel like it needs to be on there.
Make it stay there for now.
Okay. Are we gonna have our Sable Echo fight?
We'll see. We'll see what it gets to.
How do you feel about It Takes Two?
Got it.
That's where I was leaning to, even though like it's cool and I like the very
yeah.
I like the Toy Story-esque you're basically a toy now living in this world, but I guess that's also not art style necessarily.
Nope.
That's like art direction. It's like a theme.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Village. I think that has a cool art style. I will also say it's weird comparing a game that's clearly going for a more realistic look, to a game that's like very clearly stylized.
True, but it's gothic. That's a style.
That's true.
And I do like it. I do like gothic, but I don't know. I'd cut it.
I like the way it looks a lot. I feel like some of those that fucking baby, the way it looks when it's coming at you, chasing you, it's scary. If it didn't look the way, if it was just a random guy, it wouldn't still have that. And I know, I'm kind of going into design here again. Yeah. It's a weird line, but also style wise, it looks good. I'm good with cutting it. I don't see it holding up to some of these others.
Yeah.
Hoa, I liked it a lot. Well, that's a strong saying for that. I liked it. Maybe not a lot.
Yeah.
It had that Studio Ghibli it's that look.
Yeah.
It looks good. It's not as strong as others on here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a Kena. If there's a category Kena Bridge of Spirits belongs in, it's this. It's straight those cutscenes are this is straight I'm watching a Pixar movie.
I mean, doesn't do it for me.
I'm not gonna fight for it then. I don't feel that strongly about it.
Yeah.
All right. What are your thoughts on Lost in Random?
The art style is not what I went to the game for.
Okay. It's kind of interesting because the art style was part of the reason I went to the game.
I went to the game for the combat. That game is combat to me.
So in the end, it ended up like a lot of the game was combat for me. But like I went to the game because like the art, it did draw me in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel... All right. How strongly do you feel about Echo over Lost in Random?
Pretty strong.
I'm not gonna fight that then. The big con was it looked really cool.
I like it's just 90s.
That's what it is.
It's just 90s.
I will say what they do with it really invokes a 90s style. Like it's like you're watching like a 90s like Nickelodeon show.
And I like that.
But then man, there's some heavy hitters here.
But it doesn't stand for me.
Cut it. This is another weird one for me. Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'd cut it.
Here's the thing. All right, you tell me what you think about this. I think I know the answer. Does really good face animation count as being part of a good art style?
Nope.
All right. We'll cut it.
Nope, that's all the animation team.
Yeah. I mean, I liked the environments a lot.
Okay.
All right. I'm cutting it. I'm going to cut Inscription.
Yeah?
Yeah. It visually, for me, the most appealing part was Act 1 in the creepy cabin.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, it's cool what it does. Like, I mean, you heard how all over the place it gets.
Yeah.
But I think visually it looks the best in that first act. It never looks bad.
But
it's not as, like, it wasn't as cool or as unique to me as it went on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, that's sorry to yourself.
Cyberpunk?
Cut it.
This one is really the tough one for me. Ratchet?
It's pretty.
It's very pretty.
It's very pretty.
I can tell you right now, for me, I don't know where you stand. If it's, for me, between Ratchet and Clank and Echo Generation...
Oh, then that's not even a debate.
Then I'm going to cut Ratchet.
Yeah.
Because if you weren't going to hear that out, I was also going to say I'm not putting Ratchet above Sable.
No.
Out of these three...
All right.
I kind of want to go Eastward. Yeah, you're good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eastward number 1. I'll give you Sable number 2.
I'm good with that.
Echo number 3.
If Sable looked as good during the dark
nighttime,
and nighttime sections as it did during the day,
agreed.
I would be like full on Sable. It's this one.
It is so ironically night and day with Sable. It's straight up. It's not even. It looks bad. It looks bad at night.
The
game looks great during the daytime, and it looks like bad.
Eastward is consistent.
God, those dynamic god rays, piercing through the clouds onto the fucking the pixel colors and I love that game.
This category was pure indie.
I mean, pretty much.
Won by Eastward. Congratulations, Eastward. Best art style, followed by Sable and then Echo Generation.
So good. These games look great.
One more category. This one was kind of like I don't know. This one's weird. Best console exclusive.
This was just like we can't fucking think of anything else.
Yeah, I want something a little more unique. It's not like overdone.
We'll think of more next time.
Yeah. So a little thing to say about this one. these games are pretty much all on PC as well.
Yeah.
This was like between PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo.
Yeah.
If it's only on one of those, that I just like threw it on here. So let's go through the list. I'll also say which console they are exclusively on. Mario Golf Super Rush, Nintendo Switch. New Pokemon Snap, Nintendo Switch. Deathloop, PlayStation 5. Is that on PlayStation 4 too, or is that just PlayStation 5?
Just PS5.
All right, I'm just going to say Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox moving forward because I'm not going to know for all of them.
Even if it was just like PS4, it's just PlayStation.
Yeah. No More Heroes 3, Nintendo. Kena Bridge of Spirits, PlayStation. Row 96, Nintendo, is only on the Switch. Chicory A Colorful Tale, PlayStation. 12 Minutes on Xbox. The Big Con, Xbox. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, PlayStation. Echo Generation, Xbox. Pokemon Unite, Nintendo. That's kind of weird now. It's on mobile, too. But that's not a console.
Yeah.
I don't count it. Forza Horizon 5 on Xbox and Eastward, Nintendo. I feel confident cutting Mario Golf Super Rush. That game did not live up to expectations. New Pokemon Snap. That game did not. You played some of Pokemon Snap, right?
Nope.
Oh.
I watched it.
That game did not live up to expectations.
Yeah. Seemed like a pain in the ass. There were a lot of repetition this year.
Yeah. I'm sorry to the people that are listening because everyone likes this game. There's no way Deathloop's on this list, right?
Nope.
Okay. 12 Minutes is not going to be on this list.
Nope.
Quite frankly, the Big Con, I like it for what it is. It's not going to be on the list.
Ooh.
I don't know. All right. Maybe this is against the spirit of Game of the Year. Maybe this is a little unfair, but hear me out. I'm looking at something like Chicory.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to cut it because I feel like a game like that deserves its due somewhere.
It's not how this works.
I know. All right. I'll cut it. Won't be happy.
Not supposed to be.
Game of the Year is all about sadness.
Yeah.
Kena, no. I can't remember. Did you play Kena?
No.
You're not missing out.
Didn't think so.
That was also one of those games that weirdly, like, when people talking about it, they're like, this could be Game of the Year.
Which,
don't get me wrong, like, towards the end, by the time I finished it, I was like, all right. It wasn't bad.
yeah.
It certainly wasn't anything special, though.
Yeah.
It has, like, a good foundation to where it could be, I could see a sequel really being a lot better. I don't want them to not make a game again.
Well, yeah.
But, yeah. Pokemon Unite, it just wasn't one of my favorites. I really think Pokemon Unite, its spot was most surprising. And it didn't make the cut there.
Poor guy.
I think Pokemon's doing just fine.
Yeah.
Without the Offshore Gamescast putting it in a category, I think it'll be just fine.
Probably.
All right, we're down to No More Heroes 3. I'm cutting. We're down to Row 96, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Echo Generation, Forza Horizon 5, and Eastward. Looking at these, I honestly have a winner in my head. I don't know if you have one yet.
I mean, I got mine.
What is it?
Eastward.
Mine was Row 96.
Interesting.
Well, how about we move both of those up?
Okay.
All right, those are both moved up. I kind of... All right, I have a feeling your third, if you had a third, it would be Echo Generation.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of want to put Forza up there.
Like, from an outside perspective, I agree that it should be on there, but because I didn't touch it and it's just the exact same thing but better.
So that's that's also kind of a weird thing with my relation with Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah.
It's my first one.
Yeah.
And to be fair, this does seem like the most accessible one.
Mm-hmm.
To where if you're not like a car nut or something, you can enjoy it. So it's weird because like, you remember we were talking about it and you were like, yeah, that's been in there for a while. And I'm like, this is genius. This is crazy. So like, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, with that being said, I'm okay with it not being there.
I mean, if anything, that's the one that I feel like, I feel like it deserves its due. Like that's how I feel about it. But like from a personal standpoint, fuck it.
All right. Well, this is also interesting because if we're left with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and Echo Generation, I'm feeling Ratchet.
Okay. From a size standpoint, I see that. Personal, I have much more of an affinity for adventure games and what Echo Generation is.
I will say I agree. In terms of like the type of game, I'm definitely going to gravitate more towards an Echo Generation than a Ratchet and Clank. My thing with this between these two games specifically is that I feel Echo Generation really strong opening. And then as the game went on, I got kind of less and less and less interested. Because I feel like it loses a lot of the adventure game style and becomes a lot more combat heavy. And the adventure game stuff that you need is kind of stupid.
It's definitely complicated. Possibly overcomplicated. But I don't know. I thought Ratchet was fine. From beginning to end. I thought it was just like, all right, it looks pretty.
Thought it
no
was,
load times. Wow.
I thought it was so I'm not gonna go like crazy to bat for Ratchet.
Yeah.
I thought it was very enjoyable throughout the whole game. I never got bored. I always enjoyed combat. I really like switching a lot like between all the different weapons. Well, not all of them, but the ones I liked.
I got bored a little bit.
Okay, did you? Because I was like, I had a lot of fun with it from like the start of the game to the end, but at the same time, I'm not gonna point at anything in Ratchet and be like, this was incredible. It felt like I've played a little bit of Ratchet in the past. Like I'm not like a big series fan.
Yeah.
It felt like a really good version of that, but it didn't. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this game was incredible to me. I think it deserves to be tippy top. But I'm honestly like, if it's me, I'm taking it over Echo.
If it's me, I'm taking Echo.
We have to break out the sumo mat.
I mean, if we have to.
All right.
If I had to pick, I would say Ratchet is like the Forza for PlayStation.
I mean, I could see that.
Yeah.
I was also about to say, while I would honestly take either of those games over Echo. I don't feel strongly enough about either of those games, and you seem to feel pretty strongly about Echo.
I do really like Echo.
I accept.
For the things that frustrated me about Echo, the things that I liked about it were much more prominent.
I get that. And like this also isn't my personal list.
Yeah.
This is our list, and quite frankly, you seem to feel a lot more strongly about Echo than I do about either Forza or Ratchet.
Yeah.
I have my personal preference, but I'm not like upset by them. I'm not like they have to be here.
No. I hoped that Echo would have come on here. And I'm happy that it seems like it is, cuz it is more people need to play these old adventure games. But like in the style of like what they are. Like I'm not the biggest fan of like old like point and clicks and whatnot, but like Echo Generation, the fucking Cartoon Network game,
yeah,
rock.
The style of what Echo Generation is, I want more of that.
Yeah.
It just it kind of ended up falling a little flat for me. I still like the game. Are we gonna lead to another fight for Road 96 against Eastward?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I will say you finished Eastward. I didn't.
Yes.
Which, do you feel that anything in the story would sell me on Eastward winning over Road 96.
If I could also comprehend it, possibly, yeah. Because that second half of the game, bonkers.
In a good way or in a confusing way?
Yes.
Okay.
Think about Inscription, but like I also want to go into spoilers, but I don't want to spoil things for you because do you still plan on finishing it?
I'm going to finish it.
Yeah.
All right. Hear me out on why I would take Road 96 over Eastward. And then if you feel you need to pull that out, if it'll sell me, then do it.
Okay.
For me, I have so again, I didn't finish Eastward. And I really like Eastward. Mm-hmm. This is not I'm not going to trash the game.
Yeah.
I find combat to be it wasn't like bad. I'm not going to say it was bad because that's too strong of a word.
Well, good because it's not.
It's not bad, but it's also not necessarily the most fun, at least to me. It's like it's there to get me from point A to point B. I'm much more interested in like first off like the story and where that is even going.
Yeah.
But mostly into like I love these characters. I love the main characters. I love the side characters. Like the characters and the writing are the strong point of this game for me.
Mm-hmm.
The main story is like I'm interested. The comment is like it's there. Road 96 for me was much more like everything is kind of there for me. Especially the combat
of
Road 96.
Sure.
When you're fighting all the bad guys.
I do remember that. That was most of the second half.
That's my take on it. I don't know if that sways you at all.
Well,
I don't like. Is there something about Eastward that you think could like negate what I said?
I think that out of the games that I've played in the past that have you control like more than one character, I think that no other game does its design when it comes to like the relationship between like combat and like puzzle solving as fluent as Eastward has. I've played a lot of games where you have to control more than one character to like solve stuff, and just they can't even get that shit right. And then you throw combat in there, and Eastward still like it feels good.
I will say, when I was thinking combat, I was thinking straight up like you're controlling one of them, usually John, and like going through the level.
Yeah.
Sometimes Sam, depending on what's happening.
And Sam gets some crazy powers.
So I maybe this is like a little tangent. I kind of have the thing where she like explodes shit and it like has to charge up, like she shoots something out of her, and like everything dies.
She gets a few different powers. There's like a health one. There's one that I think stuns enemies. I think there's one that I think just puts them all in like their own bubble.
It's one of those things that
something,
and like I feel like it was not really explained to me, and it's there. Like I don't know when to use it or how to use it.
I could see that. She's definitely more support when needed, but she comes in handy.
The two like when you're switching back and forth between them to like go through the puzzles where it's like John needs to do this, you quickly switch to Sam so you can then maneuver and do something else while John does this, and you're kind of dealing with enemies.
Yeah.
That is like the peak of that part of the game for me. Mm-hmm. I do agree. I think that part is strong.
Yeah.
When I was thinking combat, I was thinking more like, all right, you're not really splitting up. You're mostly playing as one character.
But even
and
John,
it's a lot of like whacking the enemies with your frying pan.
Yeah, but then you get projectile weapons. You have the bombs. You get different types of bombs, which also helps in combat.
So I don't think I have a different type of bomb yet.
You get two other types of bombs. One's a floater.
No, I don't have that.
It has a propeller, and when you put it down, it's stationary, and you can whack it in a direction, or if an enemy comes by it, it'll just like heat sink to it.
That seems very useful.
And the other bomb you get is a self-detonator where you just put the bomb down and you just go wherever you need to. And
That
you hit
also
another
seems
button.
very useful.
Yeah.
She
gets crazy powers. You get better weapons.
So the weapons are better. And again,
You can upgrade them.
Yes, that's. I'm not.
Road 96 doesn't have a fucking cooking mini game.
Maybe.
No, it doesn't.
Maybe there's a time in Road 96 that you make that like shake for John or something. We have to get all the ingredients from the fridge, and he teaches you about it and like unlocks your health.
It's not John.
That wasn't for John?
No, what's his name?
No, that guy's was John. Papa Bear.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the mixing the drinks for Jared.
I don't think I did that.
Road 96.
In Road 96,
good game. I had to go and like mix drinks and like get stuff together for a mini game for him.
No, I didn't have to do that.
But like, no, this is just like you're cooking. You do like a little like lottery fucking like poll.
Oh yeah.
And I love that shit. It's so cute.
I would maybe like combat better if I could just kind of endlessly use those new weapons, but ammo runs out fast.
Yeah, but do you have Sonic Punk?
Recently got him.
I
know he like will refill your. How quickly does he recharge?
I think it's maybe like 2-3 minutes.
Oh.
And
that's quick.
And anytime I do that, I buy like an extra bomb or an extra like ammo thing if necessary.
Huh.
And then I use Sonic Punk. I'll use that, then I'll use Sonic Punk, then I'll use that, then I'll use Sonic Punk again.
Okay. I could see that making combat more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I'm not saying combat is bad.
Everything combat-wise they threw at me that I got mad at, there was something that I had that made it better. Like, remember I told you that I got up to that point in the game where I was coming across the worst enemies I've come across?
Is this when you were, like, stuck?
Not,
or are you talking about the... No, you're talking about, like, the zombie things, right?
Well, there was that, but there are enemies that you come across where I was like, man, these ones are pissing me off. Like,
okay.
Flamethrower just works. Like, no matter what they throw at you, there's something there that the game has to make it easier.
Honestly, I've been pretty happy with the choices we've been making. I feel like I haven't had to make a sacrifice, and I got most surprising with Inscription. I'll accept Eastward as best exclusive.
I
accept
Eastward.
it.
If there was a game that coming down to the wire, like I was like, all right, if there's a game that I have to have finished before this conversation, it's Eastward. Eastward was like the big thing for me this year.
Are we going to agree with Road 96 over Echo for number 2?
Yeah.
All right. So then, best console exclusive, Eastward with Nintendo. Road 96 on Nintendo and Echo Generation, Xbox.
Good games.
Good games. All on PC. No, Eastward's not on PC, is it?
Yep.
Is it? Oh, it is?
On Steam.
All on PC. This is big boy territory now.
Big boy time.
We're gonna go back and forth between our top 10s. These are our personal top 10s.
This is it.
Then afterwards,
this is all canon.
Afterwards, we're gonna do Offshore's top 10.
Where we duke it at.
That's where we duke it at. But this is just we're presenting. Dude, I'll go first. You go with that.
Sure. I as a reiteration, I do my top 10 year round.
Yeah, like on the fly.
The way I do my top 10 is starting from the first game that released in that year. It immediately goes down as number 1 because that is the only game I've played. Moving on to the second game, I go, all right, did I like it better or worse than this one? Mm-hmm. And they kind of shuffle in that way. And then once it gets to a point where there's 10 and there's an 11th game, I figure out where it fits, and number 10 just bye-bye, down into the runner-ups.
I made this list recently. I had an idea of like where a lot of these games. Do you have any honorable mentions? Did you do anything? I did a few.
Yeah, I could say my runner-up.
I'm just gonna list off real quick 3 honorable mentions that didn't make my list, but games that I enjoyed. Cyberpunk 2077, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which we went into. Like I had a lot of fun with it from start to finish. It just didn't do anything like it. None of it took like that extra step to really impress me. And this is what I said in my written post. If this was a top 11 games of the year, Lost in Random makes the list.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little too bumpy of a ride for me.
Yeah.
I think that there are definitely parts that are strong. I think the opening, like 2 areas, really strong.
Mm-hmm.
I think the closing area picks it back up again. I think kind of the middle game starts to lose me a little bit.
I could see it.
Like the middle game and the story starts to lose me. That's when combat shines.
Yeah.
And then as the story starts to pick back up for me, combat gets kind of annoying with what they're doing.
Gets kind of groggy.
Yeah. So like good game. I think, like I said, top 11. It makes my list, but I had 10 games I felt stronger about.
Okay. If you want my 3,
I do.
I'm gonna go with Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2.
That is higher than I thought. Honestly.
Artful Escape.
That's lower than I thought.
And COD Vanguard. Well, this is going from bottom up. So like
I in my head, because I kind of talked with you a little bit before. I was like, I have no idea what your games are.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to guess. I honestly thought Artful Escape was gonna be in your top 10.
It's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult for me because my buddy was the one who was like really into it.
Yeah.
And anytime someone pushes something onto me and like they really push it, I want to do it less.
I mean, I get that. I can be that way with some things too.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, I'm still going to do it. But because it was pushed so much, I couldn't like really let it flow into me. And he also really wanted to watch me make all my decisions. So anytime I do it, I feel like I'm more like doing it for us. I'm not like playing a game for me. Okay. So it's still a really good game, but.
What was your other one? Did you say it yet? Oh, COD. Do you think if Call of Duty had a better campaign for you, it would make it?
Absolutely.
Because I know that you seem to be enjoying the online.
Yeah, but my top 10 also consists of games that I have fully completed and gotten to the credits to, and are mainly based off their what I can get from their main campaign. Okay. If I wasn't a big fan of COD's campaign, but I really dig the multiplayer, it wouldn't matter.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's
an
interesting
how
way to do it.
Because it's like we've had conversations in the past. It's like, well, you and me were like really big into Apex, but I just couldn't see myself putting Apex on my top 10.
I was looking back, and Apex Legends, if I remember right, I believe it was my number 2 or 3 game of the year.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10.
Number 10.
My number 10 was It Takes Two.
Interesting.
I liked the game. There were a few co-op games. Like my girlfriend and I also played Operation Tango together and House of Ashes. But really, if there's a co-op game for this year that stands out, it's this one.
Absolutely.
For me, the reason it was kind of held back lower on the list, and I'm just going to throw this out there, any game that I say something bad about from this point on, I still really like the game. It's in my top 10 games of the year. I think they're good games. These are just gripes I have with them.
Mm-hmm.
I found each section of It Takes Two, they all overstayed their welcome a little bit. I felt the main story was kind of like, you knew where it was going, and that can be okay. Really what did it for me is that the characters, the husband and the wife, they kept fighting so much. At some point it was kind of like, shut the fuck up. You're both kind of assholes. Like, you're both being kind of annoying. But I really enjoyed it.
It's a really good game.
It is. The different set. Every time it was like you get to a new section with new weapons and a new thing going on. Mm-hmm. That was like peak, like, this is cool.
Yeah.
I really like this. And then just for me personally, each one went on. Towards the end of each one, I was like, I'm pretty ready to be done with this section.
I can see it. For me, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Ooh.
In my post, I wrote, I don't know how it made it on here.
I'm honestly kind of surprised to hear it on there for you.
Yeah, I mean, how it goes with just bumping it as time goes on, it just made it.
Just made it.
And the only reason it's on there is because it just made it. It's the only reason.
That's the thing with Ratchet. It's not really bad, but it's also not spectacular.
Nope.
It's just steady good.
Yep.
And hey, sometimes that deserves to be rewarded.
Or not punished.
Yeah, maybe that's a better way to say it.
Yeah.
My number 9 is Neo, The World Ends With You. I thought it was honestly quite a step up from the original. Mm-hmm. I think it has a middle game that kind of drags it down. But I honestly like these characters. I like Rindo and Fret more than Neku and that whole gang. But at the same time, when characters were like returning, it was done in a really cool way. I was like pumped to see them back. Mm-hmm. And the first World Ends With You, when I finished it, I was like, I have no idea what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
I finished this one, I'm much more like, I get it. This is like, I want another. I know sales were bad for it, and we might not get another. I want one, though. It was good. Good game.
My number 9, Far Cry 6.
I'm also surprised that made your list.
So I will say I only played, I think, 19, or I only completed 19 2021 games this year.
Okay.
So some of them weren't great, but I think the only reason that it stayed on here and wasn't higher than it should have been is because the changes made to the gameplay. I think that they absolutely are taking a new direction that does not flow with every other game prior to that, which is just letting you play the way you want. But narratively, I think it was done in a way that wrapped up well.
It's interesting that just with the way categories kind of work,
yeah,
that like this can be in your top 10, but it can also be one of the most disappointing.
Yeah.
That's just like the nature of a category most disappointing, where it doesn't necessarily mean bad.
No, but it Far Cry 6 should not be. It should be in my top 5. It should be.
Me knowing you, like, yeah.
But
if they did the Far Cry thing for you, yeah.
It got to a point where I stopped doing side stuff. I beelined the main story, and I was done.
My number 8, which is the only game on my list that I didn't actually finish, Lost Judgment. The side, I mean, I don't need to go too much into it. You know how I feel about all the side activities.
Yeah.
This game is like a fucking gold mine if you like that part of the Yakuza series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on maybe chapter 4 or 5, and I think there's 13 in the main story. And I gotta say, especially after that first Judgment, like, I really loved the story in that first Judgment.
Mm-hmm.
This one's just kind of happening so far.
The first Lost Judgment.
What?
That's what you said.
Oh, the first Judgment.
Judge Eyes.
Judge Eyes Judgment. That one. This one, yeah, it's like it's not hooking me. Mm-hmm. The main story. The other shit like is a gold mine.
Yeah.
But it's like, and maybe if I finish the game in time, it would be higher up. Maybe it would be a couple spots lower. I don't know, but like I felt good about number 8 with it.
Okay. For me, I got the Forgotten City, number 8.
Huh. Okay.
I think that it is. I don't think there's a game that ended better than this one.
Okay.
I think that the fact that it is a time loop game isn't great. I think the fact that it is a time loop game and it is done much better than every other time loop game that came out this year is great. But I don't know. It's still... I thought that it was really good, but it didn't... Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm expecting it to blow me away.
Maybe that was my fault.
Well...
I know we talked about it. I played it before you, and I was like, this game is really good. Like, I was hyping it up.
Yeah.
So that pick kind of surprised me. I honestly thought that was going to be a higher up pick for you.
Mm-hmm.
My number 7 was Road 96. I feel like we've talked a lot about Road 96 here. I don't think I need to go too deep into it. Road 96.
I love how I dropped the anchor on it.
Yeah, that was... So what have we dropped the anchor on? It was Forgotten City, Road 96 in 12 minutes.
Yes.
Road 96, by far my favorite of the batch.
Oh, yeah.
Not my favorite game of those 3.
Yeah.
But of the dropping the anchor series.
Absolutely.
That was... Yeah.
Yeah. Number 7, Lost in Random.
Oh.
That combat.
The combat was good.
There's no game that has that and has that feel good. No game is like, hey, we're just gonna take fun. And this is the same year I started playing Slay the Spire, so more card based shit and real time combat and other shit. It's looking tasty. I've been keeping my eye on that one for most of the year anyway, and then I've just been waiting. I'm like, give me more info.
Yeah, it definitely does something like card dice battle thing that we've seen in so many games at this point. It definitely does like a very unique twist on it.
Mm-hmm. And it works.
Yeah, it does work. My number 6 is Sable.
Sable.
Yeah, the journey and the discovery. It doesn't meet Breath of the Wild. I don't know if any game will ever meet Breath of the Wild in terms of that. But it got a little close for me. Mm-hmm. Like it was, like there's been a lot of Breath of the Wild clones, if you will.
Yeah.
This one nails it, and it helps that when it's like during the day, it's beautiful.
It really does look amazing.
That's my number 6.
Number 6, I got Echo Generation.
Oh, okay.
And I also thought it was going to be higher, but some other games are pretty good. I think Echo hits a lot of nostalgia.
Sure.
And it just like it knew what I wanted. And it just fit there with some things that I didn't feel were necessary. Mm-hmm. To be honest, we don't need any combat.
Honestly, if this was just adventure game style with no combat, that sounds great.
Yeah.
That's basically that's basically the reason why I like the Big Con.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think Echo is a stronger one of those, but
But still a good game through and through.
Good game. I want to see more of those.
Yeah, please.
I hope it's like making a bit of a comeback.
I hope so.
And it's weird because like Echo Generation was like kind of big with us.
Yeah.
And like I really enjoyed the Big Con, but I feel like I don't know how mainstream enough it is.
It's right?
Like I don't know if those
the
two
fact
games
that you also know about that Cartoon Network game.
Yeah, that's kind of
that game was great.
I'm very curious about like
if
do a lot of people know about it, or is it like us?
I hope it's a lot more.
A
lot of people played those like Cartoon Network, Disney, Nickelodeon browser games, and that thing was hot. And there were 4 episodes.
You know what? I'm gonna during our break, because listen, we're gonna need some social media content.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put out a tweet and just see if anyone happens to recognize it or know it.
It's so good.
Or have any feelings.
Yeah.
What about number 5? Yeah.
Number 5.
We're in our top 5 now.
Top 5.
My number 5 was Resident Evil Village.
Okay.
Again, we kind of talked about it. It was like the greatest hits of Resident Evil. And I don't think it was perfect, but I liked it a lot. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of fun. I was like making every room blue by trying to find all the items. Like
I was trying that until it really pissed me off.
Some of
those like the crystals and the fucking some of the goats too.
Oh, so I wasn't getting all the goats.
I was trying to get everything, and I was getting mad.
Yeah, no, the goats. That's like a level of collectible that I'm like.
I got on that.
Nah.
I got on the roof of the castle. I'm like, where the fuck? It's still red. Why?
That one crystal on the roof of the castle was brutal.
I gave up. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm leaving.
We found it, but it was a lot of time running back and forth on that roof, being like, is it just in an area we can't get to yet, but is on the roof? Like, what are we missing? I think I'm most surprised by like the narrative, and also like the Resident Evil can be stupid.
Yeah,
it could be stupid, and sometimes it's stupid in like the, all right, this is just kind of sucks stupid way, but when it's good, it's like, this is stupid and I love it. And Ethan was stupid and I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a terrible protagonist, but
he is. But he's a great dad.
Yeah,
he cares. But he's a moron.
I do like him though.
Yeah, he's a likable moron.
Yeah. I got Guardians at number 5.
Interesting.
I as you're talking, I'm like looking at my list and I'm like, should I make like a last minute a little higher? But I'm like, it's there for a reason.
You had Guardians where I have Guardians.
I'll
leave it at that.
And I thought we were having a different conversation.
Interesting. All right, well let's see. Number 4 for me was Inscription.
Okay.
That it again, like we kind of went into a lot of with these games. I don't like to rehash it. God, if you were one of those people that didn't want to hear spoilers and you skipped past that whole Inscription spiel,
yeah,
listen to me now. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but like just go into it and play it. Don't look shit up.
And
it's a journey.
I'm here. That was bonkers.
It's bonkers. It's like not at all what you expect.
Yeah. Number 4, I got Road 96.
Yeah.
Big fan of those Life is Strange games. I really liked the art style when it came to like this type of game. And from the get-go, I played like the first 2 episodes or whatever at work, and I was just in it. I was going. I loved it. And that doesn't happen where I'm like, I'm sucked in that fast.
Yeah. I feel kind of bad for this now. I thought I put Road 96 under best art style, and as we were like talking about best narrative, so it was a big list under best art style.
Yeah. I
kind of just took it off because I figured it wasn't gonna make the cut.
I
don't. Do you think it was gonna make the cut over the 3 we picked?
I don't think so.
Okay, my bad.
I think it still looks really great, but like, I don't know, the things that Eastward does, the way that Echo looks, Sable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3, we're in top 3 now. My number 3 is The Forgotten City.
Okay.
So like, I know you really like the end. I really like the end, and it goes places I wasn't really expecting.
Yeah. That end is something.
I also was kind of like, I really liked everything about the game, like the characters. I love those characters. I think they're all great.
Yeah.
It's a pretty serious story, but it also has a lot of silliness in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, there's the one dude who's just doing push-ups the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, just some of the lines of dialogue. Like, when the one guy's like, my friend, us foreigners have to stick together. And you're just like, yeah, I know. I've heard it all before.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, it's like, it's funny. And I really think the way they handle the time loop is like, it's like kind of genius.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have this nice guy character who is like, seems like a very trustworthy guy, but also maybe quick to trust other people.
Yeah.
And you just go up to him, and like the day's like reset. You go up to him, and he's just like, you tell him everything he needs to go do, and he's like, I don't know you, but I'm gonna trust you on this.
Yeah.
And then you can literally follow him and watch him like have all these discussions with the different people. It's just, I really like this game.
It's good. Number 3.
What is it?
It Takes Two.
Wow, that's high.
I loved that game. I loved every section, how it just transformed into a brand new, fresh level where you were doing something different. They weren't all better. Like, they weren't all better as you went on, but they were just so different. Like, I didn't get bored. Because it's like, here's a top-down, like fucking Diablo style.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite
Here's
section,
Mortal
honestly.
Kombat on fucking
Yeah.
a biplane. Here's this, here's that. I don't know. I really enjoyed a lot of parts of that game. And like it just stuck with me throughout like most of the year.
Okay. I accept.
It's a good game. Also, Hazelight just makes really good games.
I will say I was I know you really liked A Way Out.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I think I still like A Way Out more than It Takes Two.
Really? I was going to say I find It Takes Two to be a big step forward from A Way Out.
Gameplay wise, maybe. Narratively, no. I loved the narrative and along with it, gameplay decisions. I loved it.
All right. On the spot, top 10 Hazelight games.
A Way Out, It Takes Two, Brothers.
All right. Number 2. My number 2 is Life is Strange: True Colors.
Okay.
I don't feel the need to go into spoilers right now. Maybe in a little bit to try and sell you on it.
Yeah.
We'll see. But like, if you know Life is Strange, you know the type of game you're getting.
Yeah.
It was just incredible and it like emotionally impacted me. Yeah, you can't say much more about it.
No. Eastward.
Okay.
That game is...
What the hell is your number 1 then? Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm sure you kind of gathered by hints and my lack of saying it what my number 1 is.
I know what it is.
It's Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. And it was weird because I literally finished it last night. Like that's when I beat the game. And
oh, you did beat it.
Oh no, yeah, it's done. It's beaten.
Good.
And it was a lot. I struggled with wanting to pick this at number 1 because I was trying really hard not to be impacted by recency bias. And
yeah,
that could be hard.
It's very hard, especially in that last few weeks of cramming everything in.
Yes. But there were a couple of things that really did it. But I think so humor-wise, it fucking hit me just as much as that first Guardians of the Galaxy movie did.
Yeah.
Like, every time we sat down to play it, I was audibly laughing multiple times throughout playing the game. Combat was more enjoyable than I thought.
I still found it a little too repetitive.
I get that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say that that's necessarily wrong. I just felt like when you're combining all the skills, and sometimes it can be a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
But when I would I'm going to run up as Star-Lord and jump up and do like the grenade toss all around me and it kind of like stuns them.
Yeah.
And while they're all staggered, immediately followed with Rocket's grenade attack. And it does like a crazy amount of damage. You could like take out a lot of enemies like that real quick. Mm-hmm. Like it feels good when it's rolling like that.
Yeah.
The thing that really did it for me was just the immersion, which we talked about. But like, I feel like none of these games did something as I'm looking at them that are like, they're like, this could change gaming. Like this is a potential advancement in the world of gaming.
I mean, that'd be great. I hope so.
This level of immersion. Like, this is something I've never seen before. It's something on the level I've never experienced before. That is what...
That is the reason why I say that this is, like, their God of War. This is their journey. Because of how well that interaction is.
Right. And, like, I really hope other game makers, like, look at this.
Yeah.
And really try and... Obviously not copy it one for one.
No,
but like that level.
Even if you did copy it one for one,
then you did good.
Not opposed.
It just I haven't experienced that level of immersion with any game ever. And yeah, I feel like it can advance. This is the type of thing that's just it feels like the next step.
Yeah.
In like narrative, in storytelling within games. Mm-hmm. It's that next step. This is where I want Mass Effect to go. Obviously
that'd be
not
great.
that level of like humor and stuff because they're very
Yeah.
different. But like, imagine if the Normandy, instead of everyone just stays in their one spot in their one room by themselves and that's it. And you go around, you do your rounds, and you talk to each of them individually.
And maybe Joel and Lucas have no shirts on.
That happens once. But like that, for the most part, that's Mass Effect.
Yeah.
This is like, it just... I know. We went into it. I'm not going to... I won't rave anymore. But it's... I tried to separate recency bias with it, and I think I still made the right choice for me.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what we talked about that you haven't named yet.
It's ironic.
Oh, is that okay? I don't know. Is there like a game you hated this year? No, because then wouldn't be no. I don't know. What is it?
It's Resident Evil.
Oh, okay.
Because I had Guardians at my 5 spot.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That surprises me.
When I first played Resident Evil 7, that was the first Resident Evil game that I ever finished and really like sat down and played. It's also first person view, so I'm extremely biased towards that.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
But when I played that, I fell in love with that game. That is like peak horror game ever to me. You get the combat, you get the scares, the atmosphere, it all works. And I hate horror games because they suck. They're not fun. This is great.
Resident Evil, yeah. Like 7 specifically with
Yeah.
the like, we're both kind of in the same boat of like, we hate that horror experience where it's just something chases you. You have to
Yeah.
hide. You can't fight back really. Something about the way 7 does it. Maybe it's because it's not like the whole game. It's
Yeah.
just like in short sections. Something about the way they did it was like scary, but never like, this is too much. But like that's still that is surprising me that that's your number 1. I kind of figure I could see it on top. That's not what I would have thought.
I mean,
And honestly, the way we were talking about Guardians earlier, I thought we were on the same page of like Guardians.
I don't know why I thought that you also, when you said this, I was like, we did play this game, you know.
Yeah,
Finishing 7 and then playing 8, like I already know that I love that version of Resident Evil.
yeah.
This has been like, I unfortunately didn't get a chance to finish it, but I've been playing Resident Evil 4 VR. This has been a very Resident Evil year for me. Like I'm all on Resident Evil right now, but playing 8, that first half really stood out.
It's a very strong first half. And when we were talking about the second half too, it doesn't get bad ever.
No, but like it's not the same
It's not.
grandeur in a way.
One thing I will say, I'm kind of surprised Resident Evil 4 VR wasn't on your list.
I didn't get to finish it.
Okay, right. That's how you do it.
I went home and I yesterday I went home and I was like, I finished this chapter and I have 2 chapters left. And I went home and I said, I don't want to play that right now.
Do you think it would have been there if you finished it?
On my top 10? Yes.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
But didn't get a chance. Also, getting home, I don't want to throw on a headset and then be stuck in there for 4 hours and walk around and this and that and gooey. It's not what I wanted to do.
All right. I have a little bit of a proposal for you. Any game that was in both of our top 10 should probably be in Offshore's top 10.
Okay.
You know, like if we both had it in our top 10,
Yeah.
it should probably be there. So for that we have It Takes Two.
Mm-hmm.
Row 96 was on yours, right?
Yep.
Not Todd. Row 96.
Guardians.
Guardians.
Resident Evil.
Forgotten City, right? You had that on there?
Uh-huh.
Is that all of them? Was those 5?
I think for shared.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is just strictly shared. So It Takes Two, Row 96, Resident Evil, Forgotten City, Guardians of the Galaxy.
No Echo?
Echo was not on my top 10.
All right. So I guess...
Well, this is just like a starting point.
Yeah.
That's in no particular order. That's a starting point.
Okay.
We have some other games on here for top 10. Now, again, I made this list. I was just like when we made this list, I was just throwing shit on there because I didn't know what my top 10 currently was.
Yeah.
With that being said, we have some games on here. Like Death's Door is on this list. I'm gonna go and say that's if it wasn't on either of our top 10s, is it really gonna make the cut?
No.
All right, so I'll get rid of that. Weird that they didn't come up at all. I like Death's Door.
I didn't get to finish it.
Yeah,
but I did enjoy my time with that game more than I probably could have seen myself throwing that one on Most Surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because I'm not a big fan of just games that are hard to be hard anyway. And Death's Door was one that was like, all right, this is something. I'm nervous about Tunic.
Yeah, because that is a very similar type of game.
Yeah, and it's that one's even more savage, I feel.
Can you read off your top 10 for me again?
Resident Evil, Eastward, It Takes Two, Road 96, Guardians, Echo, Lost in Random, Forgotten City, Far Cry, and Crotchet and Stank. Dicks and farts.
So this is the list. Wait, hold on. I still have to remove a couple.
Dude, I can't stop moving.
What are you doing?
I can't sit still. I can't.
Your legs did something I haven't seen you do before.
I can't sit still.
These are the so we have 5 spots. And between the two of us, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I guess that's how math works. There's 10 games to fill up those 5 spots.
Okay.
These are those games. Neo: The World Ends With You.
Cut it.
Sable. Lost. Eastward. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Lost in Random. Lost Judgment. Life is Strange: True Colors. Inscription, Echo Generation, and Far Cry 6.
I think we can make this real easy.
Well, I mean, we probably could because I'm going to go and say, like...
Cut Far Cry, cut Crotchet and Stank right now.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say cut Neo, The World Ends With You.
Well, good, because I also said to cut that one, so...
You did. I don't feel strongly about Neo enough to, like, you know...
Yeah.
I'm not fighting for that game. Over these other ones. So that leaves us with Sable, Eastward, Lost in Random, Lost Judgment, Life is Strange: True Colors, Inscription, Echo Generation. I am okay cutting Lost Judgment. That is a very me thing. I didn't finish it, so I don't necessarily feel the most confident about it being in a top 10.
Honestly, with the way that some people say it goes narratively,
I know
you're probably better off that way.
And like, I'm not going to try and sell you on how good the mini games and stuff are, because like, you've played that stuff. We have a little bit differing opinions on them.
No, we're on the opposite spectrum.
Yeah.
I beeline the story. You spend 30 hours playing go-karts.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm okay cutting that.
Okay.
So that leaves us with one more cut between Sable, Eastward, Lost in Random, Life is Strange: True Colors, Inscription, and Echo Generation.
I can boot Lost in Random.
That was also my thought. It's again number 11.
Yeah.
If we had a top 11, poor Lost in Random. All right. We have a top 10. They're just not ordered.
All right.
So It Takes Two, Row 96, Guardians of the Galaxy, Resident Evil Village, Forgotten City, Sable, Eastward, Life is Strange: True Colors, Inscription, and Echo Generation. All right, let's. I don't know exactly how to approach this.
What is your least?
My least out of all these?
Yes.
Echo Generation.
Okay.
What is your least? I mean, I know it's also kind of weird because this is kind of weird. I played every single one of these games.
Yeah.
You didn't play every single one of these games.
No.
So that might be weird, but based on just
kind of like I may not have beaten them, but
that's true. And like I know, like you played that Sable Xbox game demo, so like you have an idea.
Yeah, I put like 2 hours in.
Yeah,
still a lot, but
So just based on what we've talked about, like what would you feel is your weakest?
How about let's do this? Let's do a top 5, bottom 5.
Okay. Should our top 5 just be the games we agreed on?
That's up to you because you said there might be some contenders that.
Well, like it's weird because like, would I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I'm looking at this, I'm like, I would definitely have, at the very least, Life is Strange over Road 96.
All right, here. You got your notepad. Make.
Oh yeah, I do have a notepad.
Make a left and a right. One left.
I kind of already have that. So what are we doing with the left and right?
All right. Left is going to be top 5. Right's going to be low 5.
Okay. All right. For me, top 5, Guardians has to be there.
Okay.
Guardians. I'm going to go ahead and say you also want to do Resident Evil.
Eastward. Throw Eastward in there.
Throw Eastward. Okay. Resident Evil. I mean, it was in both of our top 5s anyway. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Life is Strange.
I agree. I'll let that because I could just like I said I assume it's great. I know those games.
That leaves us with one more spot for a top 5. These are the games we have not said or have not put in there. It Takes Two, Road 96, The Forgotten City, Sable, Inscription, and Echo. I don't know how you feel about those. Like if it were me, but this is kind of like I would go with The Forgotten City.
Interesting.
Would it be easier if we start doing our bottom 5 first and see where we're at?
Well, we still have to pick the.
I know, but like, is there anything here that you look as like, I'm okay, like, for me, like, I'll put Sable in the bottom 5.
I feel like Road 96 should go in top 5.
That's like your choice for top 5? Like, out of all these games, if you had to pick one more left, is that one?
I would think so.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. We have Row 96 / Forgotten City in the top 5 side. Can we safely say that It Takes Two, Sable, Inscription, and Echo will be in our bottom 5?
Yeah.
Okay. It Takes Two. Not Row 96. Sable. Inscription. And Echo. So now this is basically a fight between Forgotten City and Row 96 for top 5.
Yeah.
I'll make a compromise here. I am okay with Row 96 being in the top 5 as long as the Forgotten City is number 6 overall. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
Do you need me to read you those other bottom 4 games real quick?
No. I'm trying to go into my mental reserves, and I'm trying to put myself back in the shoes of the younger Dave.
The younger Dave from earlier this year.
Who played both these games. And like, I want to say Road 96 for its overall journey, but I also, no game has made me feel the way Forgotten City makes you feel at the end of it.
Don't get me wrong. If you want to put Forgotten City in the top 5, I'm down. But like, if you feel Road 96 should be there, I'm willing to let Forgotten City move to the right as long as it's on the top of the right.
Forgotten City can be 5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So that moves Road 96 over
To 6.
All right. Is that we're gonna say that we're gonna put that number 6?
Yeah.
All right. Let's work on the bottom 5 first.
Yeah.
Road 96 put at 6. So that leaves us 7, 8, 9, and 10 with It Takes Two, Sable, Inscription, and Echo.
I would throw Sable at 10.
I am also okay with throwing Sable at 10.
Okay.
I enjoyed Sable, but like from how much you're talking about Echo, I think Sable is great. It's maybe not the most unique thing in the world. I think its art style, it's kind of, again, a lot of it comes back to the art.
Yeah.
Because like that, I know it seems like such maybe like a little bit of a minor thing to get so hitched up on, but when a lot of the experience,
all you're doing is staring at the screen, and that's every game. But this is it. You're just staring at it, and you're the whole thing is you're looking at it.
I do think it's more than the art style.
Yeah.
But a big part of the experience with Sable is that art style.
Yeah.
And a part of the game just loses that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
So 10 Sable. I'm good with that.
And we got It Takes Two, Inscription, and what else? Echo.
Right. So we've agreed on 6 and 10. I can take Sable off of there.
Well, 5, 6, and 10.
But I get. You know what? I guess we have agreed on 5. The Forgotten City. All right. So yeah, It Takes Two, Inscription, and Echo. I mean, I think you know what I feel.
Yeah.
I would put Inscription at 7, but also I know you feel really strongly about It Takes Two. That was, what did you say? That was your number 2?
3.
3? All right, what if we did 7, 8, 9, It Takes Two, Inscription, Echo?
Hold on, say that again?
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
It Takes Two, Inscription, Echo. Like I said, I would personally put Inscription above both of them, but at the same time, like
it's hard for me to say because I haven't played it, but it sounds bonkers. I feel like for that reason.
Right. Because this is our top.
Yeah.
Like, this is Offshore's. And yeah, you didn't play. Like, I'm honestly happy I sold it into the top 10.
I mean, like, I want to play it like a little less and a little more now.
Yeah. It's like I said, I was scratching the surface. There's a lot going on with this game.
Yeah.
So are we go? It Takes Two, Inscription, Echo.
I'm good with that.
All right. Now it's gonna get a little more dangerous now.
Top 4.
Takes Two, Inscription, and I will read this out loud in 1 second so the audience can follow because we're doing this on a notepad right now.
Yeah.
We have our 5 through 10. It looks like 10 Sable, 9 Echo Generation, 8 Inscription, 7 It Takes Two, 6 Road 96, 5 The Forgotten City, which leaves our top 4 between Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Eastward, Resident Evil Village, and Life is Strange: True Colors.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strong top 4. Like I know you didn't play Life is Strange. I didn't finish Eastward. That's a strong top 4. I'm just gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna make a very strong push for Guardians being number 1. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm worried about the number 4 spot right now.
Okay, it's just I won't accept Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy there.
Yeah, I am thinking a 4th spot between Resident Evil and Life is Strange.
I am surprised that you'd be okay with putting your number 1 at number 4.
It's the reason. So in my thing, I was fighting back and forth between Eastward and Resident Evil because in both circumstances, the first half is much more appealing to me. Mm-hmm. I think that Eastward has due to content and just wackiness, like a much better second half, but like not by much. It's tough.
I mean, I'm okay with putting Eastward at number 4 if that's what you want to do.
I don't want to put Eastward at number 4.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying.
No, I'm debating on debating on Resident Evil or Life is Strange at number 4. And I know you don't want to put Life is Strange at number 4.
No, here's the thing, like you did. I know that you can like kind of venture into what it is.
Yeah.
You didn't play it. I'm cool. Like Resident Evil was still at number 5.
That's up to you.
I am okay with Life is Strange at number 4. For the fact that, again, like a game, one of my favorite games for this year made a top 4 and you didn't even play it.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
If you're good with that, then do that at 4, Resident at 3, Eastward at 2, Guardians at 1.
Are you good with that?
I'm good with that.
Because I was here's what I was holding on to sell you on Guardians.
Look, man, I love the interaction just as much as you. I think that is incredible. I think going from hating a game...
What did you say about number 3? Was it Eastward or Resident Evil?
Resident Evil.
Okay. I'm not... Yeah, good.
Yeah. Eastward, number 2. I love Resident Evil, but at the end of the day, Resident Evil is just more Resident Evil 7, in a way. I haven't played a game like Eastward either in a long while or, that it brings me back to my old Game Boy days. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't make my top 10. Again, I didn't finish it. I still have over half the game to go, or about half.
It took me, I think, 21 hours to beat it.
I would have to look. I don't. It's been a couple weeks since I touched it, so like I don't know where my time is at. I would say I have about half to go. So like, that's one of those things where could it have made my top 10? Sure.
Yeah.
It's so like I did put this in my post, so like I will like open up a little bit about it. Guardians of the Galaxy at the core of the main story, it's all about grief about losing your mother.
Yeah.
And obviously, like I lost my mother earlier this year. And it just resonated in that way. Like all the other things aside.
Yeah.
Which I would say is maybe enough to push it down the road, but like I had kind of that connection with Guardians.
Makes sense.
In a way, like in a weird way where you wouldn't think Guardians of the Galaxy of all things to tackle kind of like a more serious subject.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it wasn't like that wasn't necessarily the focus at all times.
No, but
when it comes down to it, that's what it was with Nikki and Corell, and then also, of course, like Peter Quill, Star-Lord, and his mom, which I don't know how it went down in the comics.
I have no idea.
Because like the movie and the comics, that went down very differently.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you're like, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with that being number 1.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Let's one last time. You know what? Let's go through all the categories one last time.
All right.
Let's debate it out again.
Sir, it is closing.
Yeah,
it's not even closing. It is 1 minute past 1 a.m. Welcome to December 2nd.
Yeah. Most surprising winner, Inscription. Runner-ups, Guardians of the Galaxy and The Forgotten City. Most disappointing winner, Biomutant. Congratulations. Followed by Far Cry 6 and Deathloop. Best narrative, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Followed by Life is Strange True Colors and The Forgotten City. Looking at that, I kind of feel bad about the best narrative. That is literally my top 3 in that order for Game of the Year.
Whatever.
Best art style. Number 1 was Eastward, followed by Sable and Echo Generation. Best console exclusive was also Eastward on Nintendo Switch, followed by Row 96 on Nintendo Switch and Echo Generation on Xbox. Now, our overall top 10, starting with number 10, going to number 1. Sable, number 10. Number 9 was Echo Generation. Number 8, Inscription. Number 7, It Takes Two. Number 6, Road 96. Number 5, The Forgotten City. 4, Life is Strange: True Colors. 3, Resident Evil Village. 2, Eastward. And congratulations to Game of the Year, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Official Offshore 2021 first annual Game of the winner, Guardians.
Whew. That was a journey.
Yeah.
That was the first season.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Half a year.
Season. It's over.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Don't forget, next week, no episode. We'll be between seasons, but we are co-streaming the Game Awards. Twitch.tv/Offshore Gamescast.
We'll be there.
We will. We'll be talking. Also, don't forget, go to offshoregamescast.com. Up top, you'll see Game of the Year 2021. Go there. It is not just going to be the stuff you heard today. That will be listed on there.
Mm-hmm.
You'll kind of see like our personal top 10s will be on there with a little bit more written about why we picked it. But plenty of guest posts from other podcasters. Olaf Red Mom, creative director of Lost and Random. He's going to have a guest post going up of like his most excited to play. Some stuff is going up right away, day one. Other stuff will be updated throughout December. We'll let you know on social media, but just keep an eye on that. There's a good amount of stuff going up tomorrow. It's very exciting. Or today, I should say. Because if you're listening to this, it's today.
Yeah.
Dave, this has been a lot of fun.
Been a lot of fun. It's been many weeks.
It's been 26.
That's a lot of weeks.
So it's half a year's worth.
I know.
It's crazy. It's also kind of crazy. Like we've seen, like it's just. I guess thank you to everyone who's listened and like interact with us. I know, even if it's other podcasters. Like I still didn't expect going into this. Like I don't know about you, my expectations were not this.
No.
I didn't think it would be doing as good as it is. I
mean, I'm checking as of right now. We are at 730 downloads.
That's way more than I thought we would get in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
Like, I thought nobody would listen.
No.
Some people are listening.
Look at you. Look at your hands. Those are the hands of a listener.
What if they don't have hands? Not everyone does.
I want to know. I want to know what happened then.
Write in if you're listening and don't have hands.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Well,
Sorry.
Not having hands is a handicap. I just want to say that.
It's
an ironic one, but...
Season 2. Nothing to officially announce right now, but we have a lot of ideas. And a lot of things are going to be better, improved, different. We'll keep you updated. When we have something to say about new things in Season 2, we'll tell you. But just keep your ears open. 2 weeks from now, we'll be back with Season 2. We'll see what announcements we have to make at the time. But throughout Season 2, we're going to be doing a lot of new stuff. And I think a lot of cool stuff.
I hope so.
I mean, I hope it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be doing a bunch of lame stuff.
Yeah, that sucks.
Dave, any final words to close out Season 1?
Thank you to the people. I wouldn't be here without my mother and father.
Accurate. Fact.
I wouldn't be here without Dylan.
What? Here specifically, no. Here on this planet, yes.
I wouldn't be without God. For those who believe.
Yeah. Sure.
And I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here.
That's it. You wouldn't be here.
But I'm glad you guys are.
Yeah. Yeah, if you made it this long, this is probably our longest episode, so good job.
If
you
you've
made it this far.
listened to at least one part of every episode, give yourself a pat on the back or like the leg, whatever.
Whatever part.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not going to judge.
Keep it PG-13.
Why? This is an explicit podcast.
Keep it PG-13.
It's marked as explicit.
PG-13. All right. So, fuck.
Have a good break, Dave. I don't know why I'm saying it like I'm not going to see you. I'm going to see you in 2 days.
Yeah, on Friday.
Yeah, have a good break, listeners. I guess enjoy not listening to us, but watch us, stream, do it.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to say.
It doesn't feel right closing out with a Will Smith, does it?
It doesn't.
Because this feels bigger.
This is also just our least scripted, and I just don't know what to do.
Yeah. To be fair,
what do you guys like better? Do you like when podcasts end out with like their ending, or do you like sitting there listening to them bullshit, just try to figure out how to transition back into their daily lives?
Personally, I like the bullshit.
I don't know. I don't really listen to podcasts. I listen to one, and I also am a part of it.
Good job, Dave.
Good job, Dylan.
We're transitioning out. Thank you for listening. Season 1 is done.